ChatGPT.
Walaikum assalam. Yes, I'm here and I can hear you loud and clear. How can I assist you today?
Thank you. Today's talk, or discussion, something that affects every part of our lives. Okay, habits to help us can over the secret to building lasting habits. You have ChatGPT with us. Welcome.
Absolutely. That sounds like a fantastic topic. I'm excited to dive into the world of habits and explore how we can build lasting ones. Thank you for having me and let's get started.
Let's start it simple. What exactly is a habit?
Great question. In simple terms, a habit is basically a behavior or routine that we perform regularly, often automatically without much conscious thought. It can be something simple like brushing your teeth or something more complex like a workout routine.
Okay, why it is so hard to build good habits but so easy to fall into bad ones?
That's such a relatable question. Often bad habits provide immediate gratification, even if they have long-term drawbacks, whereas good habits usually require more effort and patience before we see the benefits. Plus, our brains are wired to seek comfort and instant rewards, which makes it a bit trickier to stick to positive changes consistently.
Thank you. So, what's the secret building a habit that lasts?
That's a great follow up. The secret often lies in starting small, being consistent, setting clear and achievable goals, and also celebrating those small wins. Over time, these tiny steps help reinforce the habit, making it more sustainable in the long run.
Okay, how long does it usually take to form a new habit? So, for example, we are in any work and any daily life usage and any something else. How it does it usually takes to form a new habit?
That's a really common question. On average, it's often said that it takes about 21 to 66 days to form a new habit, depending on the complexity and the individual. Some habits might form more quickly, while others might take a bit longer. Consistency and patience definitely play a big role.
So, can you repeat me?
Of course, on average, it generally takes about 21 to 66 days to form a new habit, although it can vary depending on how complex the habit is and the person involved. Some habits might form more quickly, while others might take a bit longer. Consistency and patience are key.
You mentioned consistency. How does that influence habits?
Absolutely. Consistency is crucial because the more regularly we perform a behavior, the more ingrained it becomes in our routine. Over time, consistency helps reinforce the neural pathways in our brain, making the habit feel more automatic and natural. It also helps build momentum, making it easier to keep going even when motivation wanes.
Okay, let's if we talk about the habit, oh sorry, about the motivation play. Is it really the key of habit?
That's a great point. Motivation definitely plays a role, especially in the beginning stages of habit formation. However, over time, consistency and discipline tend to become more important than motivation. In other words, while motivation can get you started, it's the consistent effort that ultimately helps solidify the habit.
Okay, that's powerful. Tell me what's about when someone breaks a habit or skips a day. What you say that should they feel guilty?
That's a really important question. It's natural to have slip ups, and it's definitely best not to feel guilty. The key is to be compassionate with yourself and get back on track as soon as possible. One missed day doesn't undo all your progress. It's more about consistency over time rather than perfection in every single moment.
Okay, can you share one daily habit that can transform anyone's life?
Absolutely. One powerful daily habit is starting the day with a few minutes of mindfulness or meditation. It can help set a positive tone for the day, reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance overall well-being. Over time, that small habit can lead to significant positive changes in both mental and emotional health.
Habit influence in the health?
Absolutely. Habits have a huge impact on our health. Positive habits like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and stress management can greatly improve physical and mental well being. On the flip side, negative habits like poor diet, lack of exercise, or inadequate sleep can lead to a range of health issues. So, habits definitely play a pivotal role in our overall health.
Okay, tell me, what is the big wrong when some people trying to select a habit? What they can do wrong?
One common mistake is trying to make too many changes at once or setting goals that are too ambitious and unrealistic. This can lead to burnout or frustration. Another big pitfall is focusing on perfection instead of progress, which can make people give up too easily. It's usually more effective to start small, build gradually, and celebrate those incremental wins.
Okay, okay. That tell me, how can someone identify which habits truly matter in their life? How it feel anyone?
That's a great question. Often it helps to reflect on your long term goals and values. Habits that align with what truly matters to you, like health, well being, personal growth, or relationships, are usually the ones that make the biggest impact. You can also pay attention to how you feel after practicing a habit. If it energizes you, brings you joy, or helps you feel more fulfilled, then it's likely a habit that truly matters.
Okay, is it better to build one habit at one time or several habits together?
In general, it's usually more effective to focus on building one habit at a time. This approach allows you to concentrate your energy and attention, which can lead to more sustainable success. Once that habit is firmly established, it's easier to introduce another one. Trying to tackle multiple habits at once can sometimes lead to overwhelm and make it harder to maintain any of them in the long run.
Okay, can technology help us building habits or does it distract us?
That's a really interesting balance. Technology can definitely help us build habits, for example, through habit tracking apps, reminders, and positive notifications that keep us accountable. On the flip side, technology can also be a source of distraction if we're not careful, pulling our attention away from our goals. So it really depends on how we use it and ensuring that it supports our habit building efforts rather than hindering them.
Okay, how can someone rebuild a habit after completely falling off sick? Is it possible?
Absolutely, it is possible. The key is to be gentle with yourself and start small again. It can help to revisit the reasons why you wanted to build that habit in the first place and then set achievable incremental goals.
Okay, what is the difference between disciplines and motivation when it comes to habits?
That's a great question. Motivation is often the initial spark that gets you started. It's that feeling of excitement or inspiration. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you going even when that initial motivation fades. In other words, discipline is the consistency and the commitment to your habit, even on days when you don't feel particularly motivated. Together, they complement each other and help ensure long-term success.
Okay, tell me, how does successful people use habits to achieve their goals? Can we, yeah, or other ones use their habits to achieve their goal?
Absolutely. Successful people often leverage habits by creating consistent routines that align with their goals. They break down their larger objectives into small, manageable habits, and they remain disciplined and consistent even when motivation dips. Over time, these habits compound and lead to significant progress. And yes, anyone can use this approach. It's all about being intentional, starting small, and building those habits consistently over time.
Okay, is there a connections between habits and mental health?
Definitely. Habits and mental health are deeply interconnected. Positive habits like regular exercise, mindfulness, proper sleep, and healthy nutrition can significantly boost mental well being, reduce stress, and improve mood. On the other hand, negative habits like poor sleep, lack of physical activity, or excessive screen time can contribute to anxiety, depression, and overall mental strain. So, cultivating healthy habits can be a powerful way to support mental health.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन में मैं उर्दू में कर लूँ.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आप जो भी सवाल उर्दू में पूछना चाहें मुझे बिल्कुल आराम से पूछ सकते हैं। मैं पूरी कोशिश करूंगा कि आपको बेहतरीन जवाब दूं।
अच्छा, अगर कोई चाहे कि मैं अपने लाइफ को कंप्लीटली चेंज करना चाहूँ या लाइफ़स्टाइल को कंप्लीटली चेंज करना चाहूँ, तो वो कहाँ से इसकी इब्तिदा करे?
So, if someone wants to completely change their life or lifestyle, where should they begin?
Yes, answer this question in Urdu.
जी हाँ, इस सवाल का जवाब उर्दू में दीजिए।
तो आप सवाल का जवाब दे दें।
ज़रूर। सबसे पहले ये ज़रूरी है कि आप अपनी तरजीहात और मकासद को वाज़ेह तौर पर समझें। इसके बाद छोटे और काबिल हसूल कदमों से शुरुआत करें। एक मुस्बित रूटीन बनाएं, मुस्तकिल मिजाजी रखें और आहिस्ता-आहिस्ता तब्दीलियाँ लाते जाएँ। आर्टिफ़िशियल इंटेलिजेंस की दुनिया के बारे में।
जी, थैंक यू। हम अपने यहाँ स्ट्रीम को एंड करते हैं। सो थैंक यू ChatGPT, वी आर एंडिंग आवर today's interview in this point, okay? We will meet in next time with new topic.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and I look forward to our next conversation on a new topic. Have a great one, and see you next